My beloved child, I see you smiling when your heart is breaking. I see you saying, "I'm fine," when everything inside you is falling apart. I see the tears you cry in the shower so no one else can hear. I see the battles you fight alone in the middle of the night when the world is sleeping. Your silent struggle is not silent to me. I know you wake up every morning and put on that brave face, telling yourself you have to be strong for everyone else. I see how you laugh at the right moments, nod when you're supposed to agree, and say all the things people expect to hear. But behind your eyes, there's a story of pain that you think no one would understand if you told it. You've become an expert at hiding. You've mastered the art of pretending. You've learned to suffer quietly because you believe that's what strength looks like. But I'm here today to tell you something that will change everything. Your silent struggle has never been silent to me. Every morning, you perform a ritual that breaks my heart. You look in the mirror and practice your smile. You rehearse your "I'm fine" until it sounds convincing. You straighten your shoulders and tell yourself to get through one more day. You've become so good at this performance that sometimes even you believe it. But I see what happens when the curtain falls. I see you in those moments when you think no one is watching. I see the way your shoulders slump when you finally close your bedroom door. I see how you sit on the edge of your bed and feel the full weight of everything you've been carrying. I see the exhaustion that comes not just from your circumstances, but from the energy it takes to pretend those circumstances don't exist. You think you're protecting others by hiding your pain. You believe you're being strong by suffering in silence. You've convinced yourself that if you just keep quiet about what's really happening inside your heart, somehow it will get better on its own. But silence doesn't heal wounds. It just allows them to fester in the darkness. I want you to know that your pain doesn't make you weak. Your struggles don't make you a burden. Your honest emotions don't make you too much for people to handle. The way you feel is valid, your experiences are real, and your heart matters more than you know. You've been told to be grateful, to look on the bright side, to count your blessings. And while gratitude is important, I never asked you to deny your pain in order to demonstrate your faith. I never required you to pretend everything is perfect in order to prove you trust me. Authentic faith acknowledges both the pain and the hope, both the struggle and the strength. One of the deepest pains you carry is the feeling that no one truly understands what you're going through. You've tried to explain your struggles to people you trust, but their responses made you feel even more alone. They offered simple solutions to complex problems. They gave you encouraging quotes when what you needed was someone to sit with you in the darkness. You've heard everything happens for a reason, when you needed someone to acknowledge that some things are just hard and painful and don't need to be explained away. You've been told to just trust God, when you were already trusting me with everything you had, but still felt overwhelmed by the weight of your circumstances. The loneliness you feel isn't just about being physically alone. It's about feeling emotionally and spiritually isolated even when you're surrounded by people. It's about sitting in a room full of people and feeling like you're the only one who doesn't have it all figured out. It's about hearing everyone else's testimonies of breakthrough and wondering why your breakthrough seems so far away. I understand this loneliness because I experienced it myself. When I walked the earth, there were moments when even my closest friends didn't understand what I was going through. When I told them about my coming suffering, they tried to discourage me from facing it. When I needed them to stay awake and pray with me in my darkest hour, they fell asleep. The loneliness of being misunderstood is real, and I have felt it too. But here's what I want you to know. Even when no human being understands your struggle, I understand it completely. Even when you can't find the words to explain what you're feeling, I know. Even when your closest friends and family don't get it, I get it. Your struggle is not foreign to me. It's familiar, and my heart breaks with yours. Somewhere along the way, you picked up the belief that struggling means you're doing something wrong. You internalized the message that if you just had enough faith, enough prayer, enough positivity, you wouldn't be going through this. The shame of not being okay has become almost as heavy as the original pain you were carrying. You look around and see other people who seem to have it all together, and you wonder what's wrong with you. You see their social media posts celebrating victories and breakthroughs, and you feel like you're the only one still waiting for yours. You hear testimonies of healing and provision and rapid answers to prayer, and you question why your journey seems so much more difficult. Let me tell you something that will set you free from this shame. There is nothing wrong with you for struggling. There is nothing deficient about your faith because you're going through a hard time. There is nothing lacking in your relationship with me because you haven't received your breakthrough yet. Sometimes the most faithful people go through the deepest valleys, not because they've done something wrong, but because they're being prepared for something greater. The people you see who appear to have it all together, they have struggles too. They just might be at a different place in their journey, or they might be just as good at hiding their pain as you are. The testimonies you hear of quick breakthroughs, they're real and beautiful, but they're not the only way I work. Some of my greatest miracles happen slowly, through long seasons of growth and development. Your timeline is not their timeline. Your process is not their process. Your struggle is not a reflection of your worth, your faith, or your standing with me. It's simply part of your unique journey, and I am with you in every step of it. One of the reasons you keep your struggles to yourself is because you're afraid of being too much for other people. You've learned to edit your stories, to soften your pain, to make your struggles more palatable for others to hear. You ask for prayer for small things while keeping the big things locked away in your heart. You've convinced yourself that people have their own problems and don't need to hear about yours. You've decided that everyone else is too busy, too stressed, too overwhelmed to handle the reality of what you're going through. So you smile and say you're fine and ask them to pray for traveling mercies, when what you really need prayer for is the depression that makes it hard to get out of bed. This fear of being a burden has isolated you from the very people who could help carry your load. It has robbed you of the community and support that I designed to be part of your healing process. It has forced you to carry weights that were meant to be shared. But here's the truth about being a burden. You're not one. Your struggles don't make you too heavy for people to care about. Your needs don't make you too needy for love. Your pain doesn't make you too broken for friendship. The right people, the people I've placed in your life, they want to help carry your burdens. They're honored when you trust them with your struggles. And even if every human being you know were to walk away, which they won't, you would still never be a burden to me. You could never be too much for me to handle. You could never need more healing than I have to offer. You could never carry more pain than my love can cover. Bring me all of it, the big struggles and the small ones, the obvious hurts and the ones you can't even name. I can handle all of it. The hardest battles you fight happen when the world is asleep. In the quiet darkness, when all the distractions fade away, you're left alone with your thoughts, your fears, your pain, and your questions. This is when the enemy whispers his lies the loudest, when doubt screams the most convincingly, when hope feels the most distant. You lie in bed replaying conversations, wondering if you said the wrong thing. You think about past mistakes and wish you could go back and make different choices. You worry about the future and all the things that could go wrong. You feel the weight of responsibilities you're not sure you can handle and dreams that seem impossible to achieve. Sometimes you get up and pace the floors. Sometimes you sit by the window and stare into the darkness. Sometimes you pull the covers over your head and hope that sleep will bring relief from the chaos in your mind. But relief feels elusive, and morning seems like it will never come. I want you to know that I am most present in those dark hours. When you feel most alone, I am closest to you. When the night feels endless, I am holding you until the dawn breaks. Those tears you cry in the darkness, I collect every one of them. Those prayers you whisper when you're not even sure I'm listening, I hear every word. The battles you fight in the night are real, but you don't fight them alone. When anxiety attacks your peace, I speak calm into your spirit. When depression tells you there's no hope, I whisper promises of a better tomorrow. When fear tries to convince you that you can't handle what's ahead, I remind you of all the things you've already survived. Your nighttime struggles are not a sign of weakness. They're often a sign that you're on the verge of a breakthrough. The darkness always feels most intense just before the dawn. The enemy fights hardest when he knows he's about to lose. Your sleepless nights are preparing you for restful days that are coming. Some of the pain you carry comes from wounds that happened so long ago you think you should be over them by now. You've tried to move on, tried to forgive, tried to forget, but the hurt keeps surfacing at unexpected moments. A word, a song, a smell, a place, and suddenly you're right back in that moment when everything changed. Maybe it was the parent who left and never came back. Maybe it was the friend who betrayed your trust when you needed them most. Maybe it was the spouse who chose someone else over the life you built together. Maybe it was the job you lost, the dream that died, the diagnosis that changed everything. Maybe it was the way you were treated as a child, the words that were said, the love that was withheld. You've been told that time heals all wounds, but you've discovered that's not always true. Some wounds need more than time. They need attention. They need care. They need the kind of healing that only I can provide. And there's no shame in admitting that you're still hurting from something that happened years ago. Healing isn't always linear. It doesn't always happen on the timeline you expect or in the way you think it should. Sometimes healing comes in layers, with setbacks and progress, with good days and difficult days. Sometimes old wounds get reopened so they can be cleaned out and healed properly. I see every wound you carry, including the ones you've never told anyone about. I know about the trauma you've minimized, the abuse you've hidden, the rejection you've internalized. I know about the childhood you lost, the innocence that was stolen, the trust that was broken. And I want to heal all of it, not just the obvious wounds, but the deep ones, the complicated ones, the ones you're not even sure are real wounds. You don't have to heal alone. You don't have to figure out how to fix yourself. You don't have to be strong enough to overcome everything by yourself. I am the healer of hearts, the mender of souls, the one who makes all thing. Part of your silent struggle comes from trying to live up to expectations that were never meant for you to carry. You've become the person everyone calls when they need help, but no one asks how you're doing. You've become the one who always has it together, so people don't think to check if you need support. Your family expects you to be the strong one, the responsible one, the one who holds everything together. Your friends expect you to be the encouraging one, the one with wise advice, the one who always knows what to say. Your church expects you to be the faithful one, the one who never doubts, the one whose testimony inspires others. But inside, you feel like you're barely holding on. Inside, you have questions you're afraid to ask and doubts you're scared to voice. Inside, you need encouragement and support and someone to tell you that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. The expectations others have placed on you have become a prison of perfectionism. You're afraid that if people see your struggles, they'll lose faith in you. You're worried that if you admit you don't have all the answers, people will stop coming to you for help. You're concerned that if you show your weaknesses, people will think less of you. But perfection was never the goal. I never asked you to be flawless. I asked you to be faithful. I never required you to have all the answers. I asked you to trust in the one who does. I never demanded that you never struggle. I promised to be with you in your struggles. The people who truly love you want to know the real you, not just the polished version you present to the world. They want to support you in your struggles, not just celebrate you in your victories. They want to walk with you through the valleys, not just meet you on the mountaintops. One of your deepest fears is that if you stop holding it all together, everything will fall apart. You've become the glue that holds your family together, the foundation that others build on, the strength that others lean on. And while this might feel honorable, it's also exhausting. You're afraid that if you admit how tired you are, people will lose confidence in you. You're worried that if you show your vulnerability, the people depending on you will lose hope. You're concerned that if you take time to heal, everything you've been holding together will crumble. But here's what I want you to know. You were never meant to be the foundation for other people's lives. You were never supposed to be anyone's savior or anyone's strength. That's my job, and when you try to do it, you not only exhaust yourself, but you also rob others of the opportunity to develop their own relationship with me. It's okay to admit you're tired. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to step back and take care of yourself. It's okay to tell people that you're struggling and you need support. It's okay to not be the strong one all the time. When you give yourself permission to be human, you give others permission to be human too. When you show your struggles, you create space for others to share theirs. When you admit you don't have it all together, you invite authentic community where people can support each other instead of pretending everything is perfect. Your willingness to be vulnerable doesn't make you weak. It makes you brave. Your honesty about your struggles doesn't disqualify you from helping others. It makes you more qualified because you understand what it's like to need help. Deep in your heart, There's a cry for help that you've never voiced. It's not just a request for things to get better or for problems to be solved. It's a deeper cry, a cry to be seen, to be known, to be understood, to be loved exactly as you are, struggles and all. You long for someone to look past the smile you wear and see the pain you hide. You want someone to hear the words you don't say and understand the needs you don't express. You desire someone who won't try to fix you or give you advice, but will simply be with you in your pain. This cry for help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's the recognition that you were created for community, for connection, for relationship. It's the acknowledgement that you need more than just yourself to navigate this life successfully. But sometimes you're afraid to ask for help because you've been disappointed before. People have minimized your pain, offered shallow solutions, or made you feel like a burden for needing support. So you've learned to be self-sufficient, to handle things on your own, to keep your struggles to yourself. I hear that silent cry for help, and I want you to know that it's not too much to ask for. You deserve to have people in your life who see you, truly see you. You deserve relationships where you can be honest about your struggles without fear of judgment. You deserve love that doesn't require you to be perfect or have it all together. Start with me. Bring me that silent cry for help. Tell me about the pain you've been hiding, the struggles you've been carrying alone, the fears you've been battling in secret. I will never minimize your pain, never offer shallow solutions, never make you feel like a burden. I will sit with you in your struggles and love you through them. Healing from your silent struggles won't happen overnight, and that's okay. It's a journey, not a destination. It's a process, not a quick fix. And I will be with you every step of the way. The first step is acknowledging that you're struggling. Stop pretending you're fine when you're not. Stop minimizing your pain to make others comfortable. Stop hiding your needs because you're afraid of being a burden. Your struggles are valid. Your pain is real, and you deserve support and care. The second step is reaching out for help. This might mean talking to a trusted friend, joining a support group, seeking professional counseling, or simply being more honest with the people who love you. You don't have to detail every struggle to everyone, but you do need to stop carrying everything alone. The third step is being patient with yourself. Healing takes time, and it's not always linear. There will be good days and bad days, progress and setbacks, moments of breakthrough and moments of frustration. That's all normal and part of the process. The fourth step is practicing self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would show a dear friend who was struggling. Stop being so hard on yourself for not being perfect. Stop criticizing yourself for having needs and struggles and emotions. The fifth step is learning to receive. When people offer help, accept it. When friends want to support you, let them. When I offer you peace and comfort and healing, receive it with open hands and an open heart. Remember, asking for help isn't giving up. It's growing up. Admitting you're struggling isn't failure, it's honesty. Seeking support isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You were never meant to carry your burdens alone. When you stop hiding your struggles and start living authentically, something beautiful happens. You discover that your imperfections don't make you less lovable, they make you more relatable. Your struggles don't disqualify you from helping others. They qualify you to help in deeper ways. Your willingness to be vulnerable invites others to be vulnerable too. Your honesty about your struggles gives others permission to share theirs. Your authenticity creates space for real relationships to develop, relationships built on truth rather than pretense. You'll find that the people who matter most don't love you less when they see your struggles. They love you more because they feel trusted with your truth. The relationships that can't handle your authenticity weren't deep enough to sustain you anyway. When you stop performing and start being real, you'll attract people who are also ready to be real. You'll build relationships based on genuine connection rather than surface-level pleasantries. You'll create community where people can support each other through struggles instead of pretending they don't exist. Your story, including the difficult parts, the painful chapters, the ongoing struggles, has the power to bring healing to others. When you share your authentic experience, you help others feel less alone in theirs. When you talk about your struggles, you give others permission to acknowledge their own. I want to make you a promise that will change how you see your struggles. You are seen. Every tear you've cried in secret, Every battle you've fought alone, every moment you've felt invisible, I have seen it all. Your silent struggle has never been silent to me. I see the smile you wear to hide your pain, and I love you for caring about others even when you're hurting. I see the strength you summon when you feel weak, and I'm proud of your courage. I see the hope you choose when everything looks hopeless, and I'm amazed by your faith. But I also see your exhaustion, and I want to give you rest. I see your loneliness, and I want to surround you with love. I see your confusion, and I want to give you clarity. I see your pain, and I want to bring you healing. You don't have to perform for me. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to have it all together for me to love you. I love you in your struggles, not despite them. I'm drawn to your honesty, not your perfection. I'm moved by your vulnerability, not your strength. Come to me with all of it. The pain you've been hiding, the struggles you've been carrying, the questions you've been afraid to ask. I can handle all of your struggles and all of your emotions. I can hold all of your pain and all of your fears. Nothing about you is too much for me. In my presence, you don't have to pretend to be fine. You can admit you're struggling. You can cry if you need to cry. You can rest if you're tired. You can ask for help if you need help. You can be exactly who you are, exactly where you are, and know that you are completely loved. I know it's hard to believe right now, but your struggles are not the end of your story. This difficult chapter you're living through is not your final chapter. The pain you're experiencing is not permanent. The darkness you're walking through is not forever. And the struggles you're facing are not insurmountable. There is hope for your tomorrow. There is healing for your heart. There is restoration for what's been broken. There is beauty coming from these ashes. There is joy coming in the morning. There is breakthrough coming in ways you can't even imagine right now. Your silent struggles are shaping you into someone stronger, more compassionate, more real. They're developing in you a depth of character that can only come through difficulty. They're preparing you for a purpose that requires both strength and vulnerability, both wisdom and humility. The empathy you're developing through your struggles will become a gift you offer to others who are struggling. The authenticity you're learning will become a beacon of hope for others who are tired of pretending. The healing you're going to experience will become a testimony that helps others believe healing is possible for them too. Your struggles are not wasted. Your pain is not pointless. Your tears are not in vain. I am using all of it, every difficult moment, every painful experience, every silent struggle, to write a story of redemption that will inspire others and bring glory to my name. So don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't stop believing that better days are coming. Don't stop fighting for your healing. Don't stop reaching out for help. Don't stop being authentic about your struggles. Now I want you to declare some truths with me. These aren't just positive affirmations. They're declarations of truth based on who I am and how I see you. Say these words out loud. Let them penetrate your heart. Let them begin to replace the lies you've been believing about yourself and your struggles. Say this: my struggles do not define me, but they are developing me. My pain is real, but it is not permanent. My questions are valid, but they don't disqualify me from faith. My tears are seen, my cries are heard, and my heart is known by the God who loves me unconditionally. Say this: I am not too much for God to handle. I am not too broken for God to heal. I am not too far gone for God to reach. I am not too struggling to be loved. I am not too imperfect to be used. I am exactly who God created me to be, struggles and all. Say this: I give myself permission to be human. I give myself permission to struggle without shame. I give myself permission to ask for help without feeling like a burden. I give myself permission to heal at my own pace. I give myself permission to be authentic about my journey. Say this: God sees my silent struggles, and He is with me in all of them. God hears my unspoken cries, and He is answering them in His perfect way and timing. God knows my deepest pain, and He is bringing healing that reaches to the very core of my being. These declarations are not wishful thinking. They are truth. Hold on to them when the lies get loud. Remember them when the darkness feels overwhelming. Declare them when you're tempted to give up hope. My beloved child, as we come to the end of this message, I want you to know with absolute certainty that you are not alone in your struggles. You never have been alone, and you never will be alone. I have been with you in every silent battle, every hidden tear, every secret struggle. Your pain matters to me. Your struggles are important to me. Your healing is a priority to me. You are not just another person with problems. You are my beloved child, and every struggle you face breaks my heart and moves me to action on your behalf. The mask you wear, the smile you fake, the "I'm fine" you say, you can take all of that off with me. You can be real, honest, vulnerable, and completely yourself. You can admit you're struggling, acknowledge you need help, and ask for what you need without fear of judgment or rejection. Your silent struggles have taught you compassion for others who are silently struggling. Your hidden pain has given you empathy for others who are hiding their pain. Your secret battles have prepared you to help others fight their secret battles. You are stronger than you know, braver than you feel, and more loved than you can imagine. Your struggles don't disqualify you from my love. They demonstrate your humanity and create space for my grace to be displayed in your life. Keep going, my child. Keep fighting, keep hoping, keep reaching out for help when you need it. Keep being honest about your struggles and authentic about your journey. Keep believing that healing is possible, that breakthrough is coming, that your story is not over. I see you, I know you, I love you, and I will never, ever leave you to struggle alone. Amen.